Ladies and gentlemen, you have some glasses that look like mine, eh?
Yeah, I want to wear my...
Ebu hizo ni. Hizi zinafanana kama zangu, yes. Yeah. These are from Los Angeles, ladies and gentlemen. These are from LA. My God. What are these? Hizo windscreen unavaanga.
Windscreen, eh?
Hizo windscreen unavaa. Now you see, these ndo miwani. Wachana na hizo ni glasses ya kushikilia maji.
These are the spectacles.
Hizo ni spectacles. These are glasses. Watching that clip, and I can imagine how I would have wanted to be in that shoes at that time. Did you ever, was it part of your career plan?
No way. So number one, I grew up in Eastlands. I'm an Eastlands guy. Mimi ni mtu wa mtaani, nimegrow up mtaa kabisa. Ikizungu tu tumekaa mkubambanya hapa. Kuza sura. Unajua what they say? Kama una sura poa, weka dread.
Umekuza watu watakanga.
Anyway, so it was never part of my plan. I never ever thought that would happen. And maybe right now I need to take it a step higher and tell you that I believe in purpose. And because I believe in purpose, I believe that God prepares people for the things that he wants them to do. Now, we say that God does not, he qualifies those he has called. But you see, the world is different. The world wants to call those they qualify. But for God, it's very, very different. If it's in God's plan, the Muslims say, kun faya kun. That if God wills, then it must happen.
If God wills, then it must happen.
It must happen. So one of the things that I do is that I've given my life to God to be able to do whatever it is that he wants to do. And right now, my biggest move is that because the Bible says that no eye has seen, no ear has heard what God has in store, then I've given myself to God to use me as an example.
As you wish.
God, do you want an example of someone who can make money?
Do
you. Do you want an example of somebody who can be healed? Use me. Do you have an example of someone who can be elevated? May I tell God, listen, use me for your own glory. Whatever you want, you just use me. I am what I call, guys, I'm a miracle child. And I believe that everything in this world, everything, is working together for me.
Hey.
Anything. Anybody you meet, anybody you speak to, anybody I will touch. I'm a miracle guy. So I understand that. Nothing around me works by mistake. If I tell you what God has done for me in the last 1-2 weeks, you'll think it's a joke. In fact, this is what I say. I say that God speaks your language. You see, if you like ghosts and spirits, then God cannot show you the things that he shows me. I don't believe in ghosts. So the day I see a ghost, I'll probably be like, hey, Shinanyenzo. You know? Tell them what Shinanyenzo means. It means it's an evil spirit. So I'll probably say, hey, this is an evil spirit. But because I believe in signs and wonders, I am able to see signs and wonders in front of me even before anybody sees it.
Because that's your language.
Yes, God speaks my language. So for you, if yours is visions, then you'll see visions. And that's how God will speak to you. So God speaks to me, and I can look at something and tell you, God is definitely in this story.
Oof. How many times would the president call you in a day personally instead of probably sending somebody to give instructions?
Who?
President Uhuru. Were you guys that boys?
No.
He's the president.
And also another thing about life is don't overstep the protocol of life.
Don't overstep the protocol of life.
Yeah, you know, he can be your friend, but he's the president. You're respecting the office, not the person. In the military, we say, amri ni kubwa kushinda ule anatoa.
So unaweza kuwa upendi mwenye anatoa, lakini ni amri. Heshimu hiyo amri.
It might be somebody smaller, somebody poorer, somebody who is weaker, but kama amri imetolewa, imetolewa. So to be honest, Uhuru only called me twice. That day when he called me for the appointment, And then previously, when I had brought in a group called UB40, which was his favorite group.
Yes.
And he just called to ask me, are you sure? Is this the truth or you're lying? You know? That is the only time he's ever called me. The rest would be when we meet in functions. Now, the other thing is this. I would like the day that I call him, he actually picks up the call. I don't want to be the guy who calls him for irrelevant things which I can solve by my own or can call you to solve for me.
Ati nimeshikwa na polisi.
We sasa unajua niaje unye cheki
Hey.
mazee si uniokolee 10,000. I want the day I call him, I'll be like, listen, I was buying this land, it's worth 20 million shillings. I need some money. Or I need to finance it in a different way. But also, as I told you, don't overstep the protocol.
Wisdom.
Yeah.
Let's move away from career matters.
Sorry. And let me just talk about that.
Yes.
Anytime I appear on the media, I always get an avalanche of requests on my social media and my inbox of people asking for help. Oh, this, oh, that, and people giving me all these stories. Number one, at some point you become immune to all that people are doing. Number two, I always find it a bit rude for people who never call me to find out how I'm doing to only call me because they are not doing well and they need help. So what I usually ask the person is this: okay, you want money, no problem. When's the last time you earned any money? Oh, last month. Did you call me? So how come you only want to celebrate with me when you don't have? When you have, who are those guys you celebrate with?
Go ask
Call
them.
those guys.
Go ask them.
The other lesson I learned, which is a very, very harsh lesson, is that your emergency is not mine.
Send me 2K urgently.
So you telling me I need money now, is not my emergency. Because usually I used to be like Superman. I need help. Hey, Ted has left, he's gone. I need this, and I'd run at everything. And that's how you get tired. And you get tired, you can't help them and you can't help yourself. But the saddest part is, let's say I'm an MC. You never call me to MC, but next week you put me in a group ya kuchanga matanga. I leave.
Zika wenyu.
No, do you know why? Because you gave the work to somebody else. Is that guy coming? No. So where do you expect me to get money from? So you don't put money in my pocket, and this is the problem why we don't understand Ujamaa. And Ujamaa is very prominent with the Somalis, it's very prominent with the Asians, it's very prominent with even the whites. They keep the money. The Jewish people say it must go 12 times around before it leaves the community.
12 times around.
12 times.
Every house.
So, and let me tell you something strange. I learned this when I was in LA. They told me that their community there, by the time a child gets to 18, all the relatives give the child $10,000. So imagine you have 30 relatives. So where we're tayari, you have $300,000 and you've left high school. That time, a normal other character has no money and he is competing with this guy with 300 Gs already. The guy with 300,000 shillings can start anything, can buy an apartment. He's already ahead of you. Before you catch up the apartment, he's already in the third apartment. And one of the things young people are asking the old people, how come you guys are so good at coming together to raise funds for the dead, but you can never ever come together to raise funds to fund my dream? So I have an idea. I want to do production. I want to buy 5 cameras. My family will never come together to buy for me 5 cameras. Never.
Never for what?
But watch at matanga.
Mtoto amekuwa mkora ni mwizi anataka kucheza na kamera.
Wacha matanga itoke. Guys are selling cows. Guys are selling everything.
Half lands and everything.
And that is what is called dead capital.
Investing in the dead.
So there's some very fundamental thoughts. But what were we talking about before?
I already have the wisdom that I wanted. However, this must continue on Lessons at 30 Dr. Farik on my YouTube page. This is just the beginning. Let's move away from that. You had the privilege of actually attending and actually being on the altar on the former Longomba's duo, who is now Prophet Lovi. And he's faced a lot of controversies about if for true his ministry is for real, and if his prophecies are real as well. But you had the opportunity of being close to Prophet Lovi. Lovi, ni ule Lovi Longombas, ama umsana operate at what level?
Number one, he's operating at a very different level. But let me start by saying this.
Yes, sir.
That nobody is immune to the trials and tribulations of life. No one.
I hear you.
A couple of years ago, somebody reached out to say hi to the Pope, and the Pope hit the hand, and the whole world was in a furor. Oh my goodness.
That was rude.
The other day, TD Jakes says something, and Kenyans decide we'll teach this guy a lesson, and they go after him, and he actually apologizes. Down here, we have your uncle in Mumias, Yesu. In Tongaren. By the I
Mungu pia yuko.
I saw him at applying for CDF for bursary.
Yes, sir.
Do you remember when he was asked if he's willing to be crucified again? He said, "Oh, umesoma wapi kwa Biblia Yesu alisulubiwa mara mbili."
And the guy is actually very smart.
But anyway, Longombas. Lovi had an experience with God. And if you watch the clip which was playing just now, I was talking about how the president told me something, and I found it hard to explain to people what the president said. Because the president didn't write a note. It wasn't announced in public. It wasn't in the newspapers. So even me trying to explain to my family that Nenda America, they were like, "We bana, stop this mambo. Unaongeanga mambo ya president sana wewe." And that's the thing about when God calls you. He calls you.
It's not a conference.
It is a personal call. And God makes sure that every time he calls man, that it's so clear that you can't doubt it. I was 100% sure I was going to America. I didn't need anybody to convince me about it.
The highest authority in the
I
country
started selling my things because it's the president who was called. Lovi had an experience with God. Whether you like it or
not.
you don't. It does not change the fact that God spoke to him. And then, because God has a disclaimer, he says that miracles and wonders shall follow you. He is more confident because everything that he does is a miracle, and everything that he prays for is a wonder, whether you like it or you don't. So that's something which is not even under discussion. It's not a conversation. It's not even an argument people want to have. Oh, is he this, is he that? Is the man doing God's work? Yes.
Because the dress is telling
Is he human? Yes. He's bound to make mistakes. But he's a man, just like David, after God's
own heart.
And there is none of us who has a right to judge him, to try and weigh him. You're weighing him with what scale? That's why I tell guys, I'm the best corporate MC in the world. I don't care who you call. Because there is no one in this world who will ever be better than me at being me. You're also the best. If I try to be Ofweneke, I will always fail.
Only I,
because I am the one who knows. So because he had an experience with God, God has grown his ministry exponentially. You will not believe the kind of growth that is there. On Thursday, he has a miracle service in the evening at 6. But if you're not in the line in the morning at 4, you won't get in. He bought his church cash.
No fundraising on
He has filled that sanctuary and he's gone and bought another sanctuary. Now, those are physical things. Those are material things. Let's talk about how impactful it has been. If you want to know something is impactful, is whether or not the person is in your presence, you can still feel the power that is behind the person.
How does he feel when you sit next to him?
But he's my young bro. When they used to be in Longombas, I was very close to them, Isa and those ones. And I remember when the mom was passing away, the mom actually handed over the kids to me and told me to take care of the children. And I'm actually the one who called Akinalovi and picked them up and brought them to when the mom had passed away. And that's why I was very active in organizing for the barrio, even the site, Langata, and everything else about that. So for me, he's just the boy next door. But
there's something you say, Duko,
if you read all my messages to him, I address him with the title of the office that he holds. I have pictures of me and him laughing, but I also know there's a line. Because past that line is the power of the office he holds. You'd see a picture there with me and Uhuru or me and His Excellency Ruto right now.
Yes.
I don't know if you guys have those ones. And we are laughing, but I know where the line crosses.
It's a boundary.
My dad, we can laugh with him, but I know where the line crosses, and after that I can't dare do anything.
Ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately being told that our time is done. I think I've spoken very less words today, and it's because I was just... Please allow me for us to continue this conversation on Lessons at 30 with Dr. Faleke, because I feel like there's so much that you carry. There's so much honey of wisdom that this generation should actually be able to borrow from, and maybe listen and get enlightened.
Let me just throw in my lesson. This season is my season of and I'm teaching something called the miracle of the miracle of reinvention, the miracle of rehabilitation. Anything with a means renewing, doing it again. And I'm experiencing the season of rebirth, repossess, react. Everything is the season of repair.
My goodness. Ladies and gentlemen, hosting my big brother, an amazing man, full of wisdom. Wasiwasi kama anasema ati akili bila nywele. You've seen the wisdom that is there.
No hair.
Live, eh?
No hair, but wisdom.
Yeah, but umesikia pia kama una sura mbaya. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the much time that you had for the show tonight. Of course, with our chief guest, of course, on the show tonight, exclusively, Ambassador Ted, a.k.a. Big Ted, live on the show. See you again next week, same time. Thank you so much to my DJ Ian, and of course, one of this on the show as well. We'll see you next time, same place.